Alright guys, so in this lecture, we'll be talking about decision making or conditional statements. So sometimes you want to do something if a particular condition is true. So for example, let's say you are going out, maybe you are going out to work or for some reason you are going out. So you're not considering the weather and you're like, okay, if it is raining, you won't be going to that planned place. You'll be skipping the place maybe for another day. Or if the rain, if it is raining but it is not heavy, you will be using an umbrella, right? If it is raining and the rain is heavy, you won't be going, right? So you are putting a condition for your action. So you are saying if this is happening, you are going to do this, and if it is not happening, you are not going to do anything, or maybe you are going to do something else. So that is simply a conditional statement, and it is a very key thing in programming generally, and almost any programming language you want to learn, except maybe you are dealing with a markup language like HTML, you will need to understand a conditional statement or a decision making statement. And we have basically two type of decision making statement. We have the if else, and we have the switch case, I mean, for MQL4. So let's quickly talk about the if else, or the if else if, whatever. So let me quickly list them out so that you can have it at the back of your mind of what we are going to cover. So we can say the if else. So let me just call this, let me call it if. I will say the first one if, then the first one, okay, you know what, let me have it in small letter. So I will say if, I'll have another one is if else, then I will have another one which is if else if. Then there's another one called if. Okay, let me put space between these guys. So let me have it like this. So I can have another one called if else if, and as many as else if that I want. Then I can also have another one which is if else if as many as possible that I want, and I can conclude it with else. So this is also possible. These are the possible things that we have. So let's say we have this. We can say, for example, when we are dealing with age, so we can say if the age is equal to, if the age is above or equal to 18, and at the same time, we can, it's not a must we put an hand. So if the age is above 18, so please tell me something. We can say if the age, you can say you are matured enough. So we can save and we can compile, right? So we can say you are fit to trade, whatever. So let me quickly launch this. So now it is asking me what is my age. I can say my age is 17, and let's see what it's going to tell me. It is telling me nothing, and that is because my age, I'm not above or equal to 18. So let's try to give it a value that is, let's give it 19. It is going to tell me that yes, you are matured enough. You can see it's telling me that you are matured enough. So that is that. But now, when I specified 17, it is doing nothing. So I don't know if there's an error. I'm not getting a response. So if your user is not getting a response, he or she might get frustrated. So you need to prepare. So that is why you need to also consider, you need to make the right decision what to use. Maybe you want to use just if, you want to use if else, you want to use if else if, or if else if, whatever. So now, in the case where your user is specifying an age that is less than 18, you can say something so that your user can understand why you are not responding. So you can say, I'm sorry, you are not old enough, right? So you can say that. So let's save and I'll compile. You realize that whenever I specify 17, it will tell me you are not old enough. You can see. And whenever I specify something higher than or equal to 18, it will tell me that, oh, you are matured enough. You can see that. So that is that. And like, this is not limited to just numbers. So you can do this for string as well, just like we've seen. So That is that. So you're not just limited to this. You can also say, in the case where you have other checks, you can say if else, then you put in your condition, right? So you can say if else the age is maybe greater than 40, you can say, I'm sorry, you are not a youth. You can say, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, you are not a youth, right? So this is also possible. And if the age is not, if the age is maybe less than, less than 18, so what do you want to do? You know what, let's keep this, let's not use this for now. So you notice that when I specify 17, we are not going to get any message, because we are not able to, we are not handling if the age is less than 18. In this case, we are only handling if the age is higher than 18 or equal to 18, or the age is greater than 40. So that is the only case where we are handling. So let me run this, and we are specifying 17, and we are not going to get anything because we are not handling the case where it is 17 or less than 18, right? So, but let's say we specify maybe 48, and it is going to tell me that, oh, you are not a youth. Oops, you are matured enough, yes. And this is because, so it is telling me you are matured enough, and this is because when it's coming down, it is going to check this. So whenever it realizes that, oh, this is true, it's going to assign it. So it is getting to this before getting to this. So that is why we are having the problem. So what we can do is we can say, and age is less than 40, so it will restrict this more, right? So also, this is just showing you that you're not limited to just a single relational operation, right? You can also use a logical operation inside this. So generally, when you want to write an if, so this is it. You can say if, you can put your expression or your operation, your expression, then you can decide to use a curly brace, and you might not use a curly brace, just an indent, and give whatever logic you want to do. But this, when you are using an indentation, in this case, for example, when you want to say alert, this is just an example. When you want to say alert something, in whatever you want to do after this if expression should be a single statement operation. So, but when you want to do something more, maybe something more than one line, maybe you want to do another thing, you want to alert something else, you should consider using a coily brace like this. So you should consider using a coil brace like this, just like we have been using. So once again, you are not limited to just one operation. You can do a logical operation. You can also do this. You can do another hand, blah blah blah. You can say or. You can do this or that. And if this is not true, it will come down to this, just like we've seen. Even when, especially when we were like this, even if we have we have a condition waiting for the age, when the age is above 40, it is still running this because it's seeing this first. So it is running from the top to the bottom. So it is running from the top to the bottom, right? So that is one thing I want you to take away. So now we've seen if age is above, okay, let's put this back. So if age is above or equal to um 18 and less than 40, and we can also have, just like I said, we can also have another if else if we have another condition we want to check for. So that is that. Also, we can conclude everything with else. So this simply means if this condition is not met, if, then come down here, and if this condition is not met, if you have another else if, continue like that. And lastly, if you realize that all of the condition that you've stated above is not met, then you should check this and do this. So after everything, if everything is not met, just do this. So that means check this. If it's not met, come to this. Check this. If it's not met, finalize on this. Don't check and don't even bother looking for any criteria. Just do it. I'm tired. You can be like, okay, I'm tired. I'm tired. So of course I'm not tired. So you can just say I'm tired. So let's say I'll save and I'll compile. So let's see that in action. So you can see I'm specifying 17. So it's going to tell me that I'm tired because the condition that has been placed down for me to check for, you are not meeting this criteria I've checked for. If your age is above 18 and equal to, and less than 40, you are not meeting that criteria. If your age is above 40, you are not meeting that criteria. But you know what? I'm tired of checking. Let me just do this. Let me just attend to you this manner, because so this is the reservation planned for you. So please just take it like that. So that is that on conditional statement. And you understand all of this better as we move forward, like I've been saying. So the moment we start dealing with projects, you understand all of this better and everything will start to make sense. So I'll see you on the next one where we talk about the other conditional or decision making statement, which is a Swift, right? So we are going to talk about switch on the next lecture. See you on the next lecture.